It's been a minute since the last video. I reached the funny number in subs, so that was neat. Anyways, I'm back to spew some shit from the jackhammer of an orifice I call my mouth. So, the Skywalker Saga, one of the most anticipated releases of this year. And last year. And the year before that. Yeah, this game got delayed a bunch. Anyways, did it end up being as great as people hoped? And the answer is no. You are fucking wrong if you hope this game to be good. I wanted to, but it wasn't. So, let's just dive into why it isn't. So I think the gameplay is an appropriate place to start, right? Well, that gameplay is bland, boring, and basic. In this game, almost all of your button inputs are used for attacks. Now, there's no problem with controls like that, see Transformers Devastation and Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, but the difference is that those games are hack and slash games. The main focus of those games is to make the player feel like a badass by tearing through crowds of enemies with ease. This game is not a hack and slash. It is a platformer puzzle game for babies. Not to mention that they already made the basic as hell puzzles of LEGO games prior even more basic. Throw in a lazy category system where most characters of a category are, for all intents and purposes, identical. There is absolutely no difference between Leia and Finn and Poe Dameron. They are the same. And with that, you end up with a painfully simplistic game with polish, which is one of my least favorite types of games. At least if it was unpolished, it would have had some fun glitches, like Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. That game is god-awful as well, but it has fun glitches, which allow for great speedrunning and challenge runs, and also just make the game way more fun to watch, as you're seeing a bunch of actual just bullshit happen. So, yeah, the gameplay in this game's pretty fucking shit. So how about that story, you may ask? It's also boring. Why, you may ask? Well, it's just the 9 films. Was I expecting this? Abso-fucking-lutely. Now you may be asking, well, what's the problem? Well, the issue is their strict adherence to the plots, and that drags it down. Like the 5-minute long mandatory Padme escort at the start of Attack the Clones. When I play a LEGO game, I don't want to babysit Padme for 5 minutes while listening to dialogue that I could watch in a shitty 2-hour movie. Or the fact that 50% of your story mode playtime is going to be walking. Oh, and don't get me started on the baffling level choices. My favorite example is the entirety of the Phantom Menace. So, our first level isn't on the Trade Federation's Lucrehawk, which makes a great first level, see the complete saga. No, just like the movie, we have to leave here faster than a father whose son just subscribed to Dream. No, our first level is based on the scene where Jar Jar, Qui-Gon Jinn, and Obi-Wan get chased by a bunch of big fuck-off fish. The second is the pod race, and in this new 5-level format, that's fine. Personally, I like it being the third level more, as it gives it more of a middle of the film feel, as that's what it is in the film, and with their strict adherence, I'm surprised they didn't try to make it the third level. But speaking of the third level, oh boy, level 3 is the fight with Darth Maul. What? You think that would be the final level, given the fact that it's a climactic point in the film, but no, it's the third level. Then our fourth is the shit-ass Gungan battle that no one cares about, and our final is Anakin in space, taking out the Trade Federation's Lucrehawk, and again, no one gives a shit about this fight. You see, the problem with the strict adherence to the film's plot is that some scenes that would have made great levels are brushed to the side so they can make levels on shit no one cares about, like the previously mentioned Gungan and space battles in The Phantom Menace. This game doesn't feel like baby's first exposure to Star Wars like the complete saga or the first LEGO Batman. It feels like it was designed to pander to kids who grew up with the complete saga, who are in their 20s and are very nostalgic for said game. And as one of those kids, this is a shit game. So overall, the Skywalker Saga is a bad game. It fails at being a fun and lighthearted retelling of the 9 films. It fails at being a nostalgic trip for those who grew up with the complete saga, such as myself. And most importantly, it just fails at being a fun game. So this pile of anal leakage gets a whopping 2 out of 10. It manages to have a few fun levels, like Revelations and the level I'm showing you right now, easily the best in the game, bar Revelations. Oh, and on a side note, they absolutely butchered the Anakin versus Obi-Wan fight in Episode 3, so that also doesn't help.